Hello, hello. It is Sunday, August the 11th, 2024. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 4:59 p.m.
Alexa, what's the current temperature outside?
Right now, it's 92 degrees Fahrenheit.
So it's a little bit warm here. So sometime last week, or was it week before, one of my colleagues and I went to the local, what's it called? It's not I guess you call it a souvenir store, tourist store, in downtown Tyler, Texas. And they have some pretty neat things. I mean, if you're in East Texas area, I really recommend you go down there. It's in the Plaza Tower, which is the really big, tall, black glass skyscraper, if you want to call it. It's the tallest building in downtown Tyler, so you can't miss it. And when we were in there, I saw some books on Tyler history, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And I was going through, and there was pictures. You know, I like reading, but I also like pictures because usually pictures back in the day were not as popular as pictures are now. Because now we just click on our smartphones, and we could take 1,000 pictures. I mean, I have like almost a terabyte of pictures just on my external hard drive. I've got probably a 20-gallon tote of the print pictures of the old 35 millimeter film. So back then, pictures were not as more of a luxury, and so they weren't as numerous as they are today. Plus, the technology and the quality of pictures, nighttime photography, indoor photography was very difficult, just because they didn't have the lighting, the exposure, and the way the cameras were made. So that being said, I'm really big into like pictorial books on local history, and then I love reading the story that's associated with that picture. If you get a book that's just all words, depends on the subject. Like there's certain subjects that I really enjoy, especially like with Longview, where I'm from, like the Marbley Hotel, the old Downtowner Hotel, the old Longview High School. And you give me a book with no pictures on those subjects, I'll read the book from cover to cover. Like Conrad Hilton, he has an autobiography called Be My Guest, and Longview's hotel is mentioned in that book. And I read it cover to cover. I mean, there are some pictures, but none of the pictures were from Longview. But anyway, I done went off on another, kind of went away from my point. But in this store, in this tourist store, Visit Tyler, they had some books out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to have those. I'm like, they're probably like $20 a piece, and you know, I'm probably looking at a couple $100 minimum. At probably, I know $20. I think they were like five or six. Even at $20, it's still not a couple hundred. But I figured minimum $20, maximum a couple hundred if I bought all of them. But I did look at all of them, and there were really like only 4 of them that piqued my interest. And I'm like, oh gosh. So I'm just curious what they cost anyway, because I would at least buy one if I could. And $5, $5 for one book. I'm like, I can't. So I found which ones I wanted, and I got 4 of them right here. Let me do it this way. 4 of them. This one, and then what it's called Chronicles of Smith County, Texas. And I guess the Smith County Historical Society published these books, and are more so magazines. They're really not books, but they're magazine-ish. I need to find out if they still do this, because they do. I really would like to subscribe and start getting the modern version of these. But this is one of them. And you just look at the pictures on the inside. I mean, it's really, really nice. And this is published by the Smith County Historical Society, Tyler, Texas, Volume 37, Number 1, Summer 1998. So this is going back a few years. And here's the next one, The Century of Our Lives. Look at that. Yeah. Chronicles of Smith County, published by Smith County Historical Society, Tyler, Texas, volume number 39, number 1, summer 2000. So, in this one here, I mean, just look. You know, it's got, now this one here is basically, looks like they're news clippings of Tyler's history. But there's a lot of information in these books of certain like structures, and I'm more into the architectural aspect of Tyler history. Not really big on family history unless it's tied to an an architectural significant building. This one here, this one is from winter 2000. Really cool. And this one, oh my gosh, this one is from fall of 1971. Now, tell me something. Before I show you this book, I mean, the inside, the newer ones have better quality on the inside pages. Let me show you. I don't get the color pages, but the cover of the newer, the like 2000, 1999, 1988 are just really paper, just kind of bland compared to this one that I'm going to show you, which I'm sure you can see, which in a corner. But this one really caught my eye, and I'm like, if these were like 20 bucks or more a piece, this would have been the one I would have bought. Right here. Look at that. That's the old Smith County Courthouse, where there's not a glare. That is the old Smith County Courthouse that was demolished in 1955. But look at that color quality. I mean, oh my gosh. And before we go squawking about copyrights, this is an informational video documenting Tyler, Texas history, sharing. And I do highly recommend you support the Smith County Historical Society by visiting their museum they have in downtown Tyler, and it's in a historic Carnegie Library building, and they have a lot of artifacts. And actually, see that statue on top right there? That's the Lady Justice statue. They have that exact statue. That statue was saved, and it is actually in that museum, and I've stood by it. And but yeah, look at that. And that, what is that guy doing right there? Oh, that's hilarious. I bet the photographer didn't realize that. But think about this. This building was demolished in 1955. This magazine was published in 1971. I am so sorry, y'all. That's my cats hissing at one another again. But, okay. Let me start over. Lost my train of thought. So you got to think about it. This building was demolished in 1955, okay? This magazine was published in 1971. In 1971, they didn't have the technology to colorize photographs. So this is a true color picture of this building. I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful building compared to what we have now. And the new courthouse that is planned, or the future new courthouse that is planned that they're going to build, that you've seen my previous videos where they're demolishing structures to make room for the new courthouse. This architecture of this building has inspired or influencing the architectural design of the current building. Like the front of the current building has this, and I don't know the technical term, but you know, this kind of rooftop, and it kind of has I don't know if you can really see it, but it has a little design that's comparable to the kind of remnants of this design, and it has the columns. So it really reminisces this. It's going to have a tower, but I don't know. From what I'm seeing, the tower does not have the Lady Justice. But you know what would be really awesome? Really awesome is if they could either, number one, take the Lady Justice and restore it back to the new tower of the new building, or create a copy of it and put up there. You know, the exact design, and then preserve the historical one in the museum. But it'd be pretty cool if they put Lady Justice back up where she rightfully belongs. But yeah, and this is pretty cool. But the inside, if you look at it, I mean, there are a lot of historical pictures. Like this one right here. Oh my gosh. This is not a courthouse, but it was, I think it's a school. The Summer Hill Select School right here. There is the first Longview High School looked just like this building, and I think they were built in the same era. So, except for the Longview School had its taller steeple. So, anyway, oh well, I forgot this kind of. Okay, sorry, it goes the whole page, but yeah, there. I mean, that way because it muffles me if I talk on this side. But yeah, there we go, right there. There's the old historic 1910 Smith County Courthouse that was demolished to make way for the current courthouse as of 2023 or 2024. I'm sorry, and then the current courthouse will be replaced in a few years, probably about 3 to 4 years, when the new one opens. And once everybody moves their offices from the current one to the new one, then the current one will be demolished. And so this channel, I will follow the progress with updates like I'm doing now. However, actual pictures, video footage, or whatever, if I do take some video footage, I definitely will post it here, but mostly it's just pictures, and because of my work schedule, I'm not actually getting to see the actual demolition process or a lot of stuff like that. So more than likely, a lot of that, I might do one at the end of everything and do like a whole review of it. But if you want to keep up to date, then go to my Facebook page, Tyler, Texas, and photographs past and present, or my Instagram, Tyler, Texas Local, all one word, Tyler, Texas Local. So anyway, I wanted to share that, and so there's and of course I had to buy all three of them. And there were a couple others, but they were just mostly like a bunch of words, which, like I say, I'm not against reading, but it has to be a specific topic about what I like and all. These, because the pictures and everything, I can kind of get a visual what it's talking about. So I'm planning on using this book to kind of help inspire me to talk about certain different parts of Tyler history, and go from there. All right. Well, hope you have a good day.